Warning. This program may contain material of an explicit or graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting undead from the B Ward, this is the Mortem Show. I'm Dom.
And I'm JD. And today, as suggested by our listener Brent Watts, we're going to bring you our top 5 twists or twist endings.
We're getting twisted.
We're a little spoiler heavy in our top 5 this week.
Yeah, this time.
But we will, pretty much I think a lot of our listeners have seen.
Yeah.
But
it's a retrospective.
If we'll warn you if we don't think you've seen it.
Yeah.
And at least we'll say the movie first, and you can click that little fast forward 15 seconds things, several times.
Yeah.
Depending on the length of the
tangent. Through all the tangents.
All right, so we're top 5 twist endings. But before we do that, we got a little bit of horror news. Horror news. So as everyone probably knows by now, Netflix has made it official. Stranger Things is greenlit for the 3rd season. Created by the Duffer Brothers, the 1980s nostalgia-filled horror series was an instant breakout when it debuted last year, quickly turning into a pop culture phenomenon and turning Millie Bobby Brown into a star overnight. Underscoring the show's mega hit status, Netflix bought time during the most watched broadcast on television, the Super Bowl, to unveil the first Season 2 trailer. Season 2 launched with a bang last month. Netflix doesn't really reveal total numbers of viewership information, but according to Nielsen, the first episode drew an eye-popping 15.8 million U.S. viewers in the first 3 days of its release, with all 9 new episodes averaging 4 million viewers over the 3-day period that was that weekend release.
Wow.
So over 4 million viewers binge-watched the entire series in one weekend. And this is good for horror. I mean, it's really crossing over.
Yeah.
Since I think the last thing that really was on this level was The Walking Dead. As far as the mainstream crossover appeal.
For sure.
And I think Stranger Things is better than The Walking Dead.
Absolutely. I don't even watch Walking Dead anymore.
Yeah, it's horrible now. But I mean, it used to be good, though, when it first started.
Yeah. It was when it started veering from the comic book source material that it got bad. And now it's a completely different thing. Because it's like run longer than the comic books.
Yeah.
And
I think of the nights and shit. That's stupid. Yeah. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Fucking pet tiger. Give me a break. And,
Ride the tiger!
Stranger Things, though, it's definitely Lovecraftian, the
Absolutely,
season 2, and goes way out there, and it's good, and it's as good as like Stand By Me or The Goonies as far as like the nostalgia kids factor,
sure.
Which it's not like a kids show either. Some people kind of bury it and don't give it a chance because of the fact that the main stars are little kids.
Right.
But if you like it,
we call those people soulless assholes.
Yeah. But season 3, everyone's looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So.
I hope they underproduce season 3 a little bit. Season 2 was a little overproduced, a little bit too much CG.
Yeah, season 1 was far superior to season 2, in my opinion.
So hopefully they learn from their mistakes and continue to move forward, well. I mean, they've got a good cast, they've got a good idea. So
definitely.
Yeah.
And it hasn't fucking jumped the shark yet.
No.
It's not like The Walking Dead tour. It's like really, there's not been a really moment, yet.
Yeah.
Like we're like, what the fuck, So.
All right, so Dread Central reports that a feature-length documentary entitled The Dark Heart of Jason Voorhees, The Making of the Final Friday, has gone into production, offering a thorough and never-before-seen look at one of the more controversial entries in the Friday the 13th series, chronicling the behind-the-scenes pressures and challenges that the film faced, hopefully offering insight into what went wrong with the movie. The documentary is directed by Nick Hunt, who made a movie called Safe Place, produced by Johnny McCobb, who produced Don't Fuck in the Woods and Creepitus.
Oh, fuck.
And Joe Quintanilla, who produced a documentary on Friday the 13th, Part 3, entitled Friday the 13th, Part 3, the Mortem documentary. And Jason Goes to Hell director Adam Marcus is also signed on to produce. I'm curious about this because they really took a hard turn with Jason Goes to Hell.
You know what? And the thing of why people hate that movie so much, you know why?
Because there's no Jason in it.
No, because people don't understand the way science works. Mm-hmm. If I ate your brain, you would then control my body.
Is that how it is?
That's science.
Okay, yeah.
Biff told me, you know, the Biff University, you know, if you were
University
to
of Bifrica.
you know, if you were to cut my brain out and eat it, I would then possess you.
Okay.
And that's how that works.
And if I were to cut your brain out, I would lose control and wouldn't be able to help but eat it.
Well, my brain is delicious. Yeah. It's nice and beer battered.
And tenderized.
Beer battered, it's been tenderized through chair shots. And
sounds like a nice calamari dish.
Yeah, I bet it's delicious.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm curious to see where that movie went wrong. You know, what pressures they faced to make that movie what it was.
It's one of the, you know, I'd say besides like the psychic one, it's one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's probably a toss-up between whether it's worse than Jason Takes Manhattan.
I like Jason Takes Manhattan far more.
I would say Jason Takes Manhattan is a better movie simply because of the head punch kill.
No, I think there's some things, you know, the guy with the fucking stereo and shit.
Yeah,
you know, there's some good stuff in there.
It's just got a shitty ending.
It's just a cheesy 80s style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me as much as the other one does, so. With the brain eating, you know?
Though Jason Goes to Hell has the bounty hunter, and he has the line when they ask him, what do you think when you hear the name Jason Voorhees? And he says, think of a 5-year-old girl poking a hot dog through a donut.
I don't remember that.
It's a good line.
That is a good line. Well, you know, the thing is, they should have used the tagline on the poster for Jason Goes to Hell, just like Human Centipede, 100% medically accurate. So.
Yeah, that would have worked.
All right, so one of the most talked about new shows this year, another Netflix show. David Fincher produced and directed Mindhunter, which premiered back in October, which we both thoroughly enjoyed.
Very much enjoyed.
Written by playwright Joe Penhall and Scott Buck, Mindhunter is based on the 1996 book Mindhunter Inside the FBI's Elite Serial Crime Unit by former Special Agent John Douglas and Mark Olshaker, which goes behind the scenes of some of Douglas's highest profile cases, including the man who hunted prostitutes in Alaska, the Atlanta child murderer, and Seattle's Green River killer. Netflix has announced a second season this morning, which should see a full return of Groff, McCallany, as well as Anna Torv, Hannah Gross, and newcomer Cameron Britton, who portrays serial killer Edmund Kemper on the series, set to return.
I want to see what they're doing with the whole BTK thing, because they had Dennis Rader, like...
But they never interacted.
Yeah. It was just him, like, kind of doing his thing.
Yeah.
So,
you know, they're going to go there. I bet it's going to be a bunch. You know, they kind of have to travel through time if they're going to hit... I guess there's the sweet spot of American serial killers where they could get a bunch of people in a certain... enough of their lifetime to where it's not like he should be all old or something like that.
Like 1970 to 1980 window was...
Yeah, something like that. So, I think that it's... I love that show, you know, and I can't wait for the second season. Just similar to Stranger Things. So my news this week, a little Netflix series heavy.
Yeah, I've got a Netflix series announcement for my news too. So originally under development by the CW, but now moving to a new home on Netflix, a new series based on the comic book series The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the comic book that also inspired the popular 90s TV show Sabrina the Teenage Witch, is under production. Where the 90s sitcom was light and silly with its themes, the new as yet untitled show will be firmly rooted in horror, each episode being an hour-long drama that tells a dark coming-of-age tale that traffics in horror, the occult, and witchcraft. Netflix has greenlit a 20-episode, 2-season order that has released the following synopsis. The series will be totally in the vein of horror classics like Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist, and we'll see Sabrina wrestling to reconcile her dual nature as a witch and mortal while standing against the evil forces that threaten her family, her, and the daylight world humans inhabit.
I was never really a fan of the series.
Mm-hmm. I loved the series only because I had a big boner for Melissa Joan Hart in the 90s.
as a child.
Yeah, as a teenager and a late teen.
Come through her window.
Yeah. Right.
Come to my window.
I'll wear a Hawaiian shirt. She can call me Sam. I actually enjoyed Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I thought it was funny. And what this sounds like is it sounds like a mashup of that and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I'm down with. And this is being produced by the same people who produced the show Riverdale that's on right now, which I'm going to have to watch now. because apparently the people who made that show, it's the show that's like a modern gritty retelling of Archie. But apparently the people who make that show are obsessed with serial killers, and they have like a whole like Son of Sam plot line running through the show where like Archie's dad gets shot and shit.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I'm super curious about it now. I just read about it today.
Well, Sabrina, I mean, I'll say no. I'll give it a thumbs down. But you can watch it. And
I'll give it the watch, and if it's worth it, if it's worth your time, I'll let you know.
Well,
I'll take that bullet.
I want to be serious now because we already talked about science. You know, with the eating of the brains. You know,
right.
And then take it more reality based now. Okay. So, clips circulating around the internet. News anchor from Fox News, Shannon Bream, appeared to mutate live on television. Have you seen this?
She is a fucking Fox News reporter, which means she's probably a reptilian.
She's 46 years old, appears to be a relatively attractive woman normally. While watching her broadcast on the particular news report, her eyes were seen changing unusually. Her eyes clearly open. Then what is seen afterwards makes no sense. Many have made mention that this is some kind of graphic glitch happening. Human beings don't really have eyes such as the way hers look. She opens her eyes, and then she shuts them, and when she opens them, they're completely different eyes, and then she shuts them.
Huh.
It's really weird looking, and they're like off place and stuff.
Right.
I'll show you the clip afterwards. Her eyelashes seem to see down, yet her eyes remain open for a moment. People are saying maybe it's like digital interference, kind of like when you used to, back in the day, scrolling through channels, like the blooped out porn channel or something like that, but maybe her contact lenses became displaced if she has contact lenses on. Who knows? Due to how the lighting hit her, it could be just some really weird trick, but there's another possibility. She's not the first news anchor, celebrity, or government employee to transform. Many have also been seeing out glitching in front of the camera as well. Reports of celebrities changing right in front of people as well, just like Billy Corgan. Remember?
Yeah.
He said he witnessed it.
That's right.
He said he witnessed one. My theory...
man. Do we have to join forces with Billy Corgan? Is this like the Ninja Turtles teaming up with Shredder to fight Dimension X?
The official scientific theory, this is the truth, people. This is the scientific theory, is that they are not humans, but they are reptilians.
Science!
Reptilians of science!
Yes!
Using some sort of cloaking device, they appear with us, kind of like they live.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
But
like
it breaks so you can see their reptile nature sometimes.
Yeah.
Wherever they are, they're starting to become exposed for what they really are. They're being placed in positions of power to influence the masses. This is reptilian. They live. We are there.
It's
and
happening.
The leader wears a funny toupee.
And his fucking screen thing malfunctions, so his skin is always orange.
And he grabs women right by the pussy with his reptilian claw.
Which actually segues well into my last piece of news that I need to talk about. And this is actually something that I'm actually being serious about, as opposed to, the very deep science that we just
I am
about.
a man of science, Don.
Yeah, I know. You've got your PhD from the University of Bifrica.
Miskatonic Medical School, thank you very much.
So, this is something that not only affects our listeners, affects the whole fucking country, affects you and me directly. You've probably been seeing a lot about it, and I know I posted about it on the Post-Mortem Facebook page, about this whole net neutrality thing that's going on.
Yeah.
This shit is fucked.
It affects you more than you know.
If you live in a cave and you don't understand what it is, basically the Obama administration put a bunch of safeguards in place so that internet service providers cannot charge you extra to get specific content. Like, you pay $30 a month for the internet, then you pay $5 here to get Netflix, $5 to get streaming audio, this and that. But the other protections on it is it prevents corporations from paying the internet service providers to choke out data of their competitors.
Yeah, so, and to like hide news and shit.
Right. So
free speech.
For example, as podcasters, we have our podcast. We do this podcast for free. Time Warner decides that they want to back a different podcast. So they create their podcast, and then they pay internet service providers.
And they get Mick Garris to host it.
Yeah, fucking Mick Garris to get... and then you get
and steal our name.
Yeah, and they give the internet service providers money, and then suddenly you can't see the Post-Mortem show with Dom and JD anymore. The only Post-Mortem you get is Post-Mortem with Mick Garris.
Yeah.
These safeguards prevent corporations from being able to do this. And these fucking scumbags in government, this Ajit Pai motherfucker, who's the head of the FCC... He was a bigwig for Verizon until Trump made him head of the FCC. He's doing this because he's probably still on Verizon's payroll, or knows that when he's no longer the head of the FCC, he's going to go back to that job. So he wants the ISPs to, make these mad money grabs. They don't give a fuck what people want. This is all about destroying Obama's legacy, because this is Obama-era politics, and fucking pure corporate greed. And this is shit that's going to affect every single person who listens to the show. It's going to affect us as content creators.
Us to even be able to make the show for you guys.
Yeah.
So, and all the other shows that you listen to, and your fucking horror movies.
And your porn.
And your, you keep your fucking hands off my Reanimator, you keep your hands off my fucking porn. That's one thing that pisses me off.
We have our Netflix subscriptions, we have our online subscriptions, but imagine we're going to have to pay extra to watch the movies, then we're going to have to pay extra to get the podcast online, and then you're going to have to pay extra to listen to it.
I want everyone to sign the petitions, stand up for this, but if it does happen,
go to
if the crushing will of the Orange Titan befalls us all, you can count on one thing. We'll be living in Apple Valley in a fucking trailer where we're going to get a big satellite dish and we're going to broadcast the truth.
That's right.
We're going to broadcast the truth.
We're going to wear tinfoil hats. But seriously, go to www.battleforthenet.com and look at what you can do between now and December 14th to do your part to hopefully preserve net neutrality.
Yeah. This is something that it is serious, I am a man of science, and I back that website.
That's
right.
Sign
up now.
I'm a man of seance.
A man of seance. Ooh, spooky. All right, that's it for horror news.
Yeah,
we got some Twisted Biffster.
That's right.
I want to rock. We're going back to some twist innings.
No, we ain't gonna take it.
Maybe we'll get some Biff karaoke at the end of this episode. But before we get into our top 5 twist innings, we do have the good movie and the bad movie after this.
Hi, thanks for listening to the Postmortem Podcast. If you want to support us, go to our website at www.postmortemshow.com and click the Amazon link.
By clicking on the Amazon banner, Amazon will give a small percentage of the purchase price of your item back to the Postmortem Podcast at no additional cost to you. That's right. It doesn't cost you any money. We get money. You want us to keep doing this? You want more Doug Jones talk? You want more dick and fart talk? I don't care. We're going to do it.
Fund our filthy, filthy habits.
Yes, and they are many and they are fast.
And most of them aren't legal.
Yes. Click the banner. Just do it.
Come on, don't be a dick. Give us money.
It's time for the good movie. And the bad movie.
Okay, we're back with the good movie and the bad movie.
Yeah.
I got a pretty good movie this week.
I got an interesting one.
Interesting?
Yeah, interesting one.
I'd like to hear it.
And,
I'm a man of science.
I'm
interested in such
and it's
things.
About science.
It's about science as well.
It is about science. I gotta say, for the listeners out there, if you have any ideas for other kind of themed movie review things we can do, like we have Der Screener Schnitzel that we do, and Nostalgia Killers.
If we're going to get into that, let's just kind of briefly tell everyone. So, good, bad, obviously good movie, bad movie.
Yeah.
At the movies, we watch the same movie.
Yeah, new movies.
Nostalgia Killers, we watch a movie we haven't seen since we were kids.
See if it holds
Two
up.
of them, and see which one holds up better. We had the Reanimated reviews where we compare a remake to an original. What else?
Yeah,
Screener Schnitzel.
Der Screener Schnitzel.
Der Screener Schnitzel.
But if you have any other ideas of themed movie reviews we can do, send them in to postmortemshow@gmail.com, because I don't know how many bad movies I've got left in me, man. I was sitting.
It's starting to hurt you.
I was sitting in my room watching my bad movie, which it wasn't a total stinker, which it wasn't bad enough for me to completely hate it. So it was just bad enough to feel like it was a waste of my time. And I'm just sitting there watching this movie, fucking cutting myself on my thighs with broken glass.
I've kind of debated whether just doing away with the good movie and the bad movie and just watching two movies.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to watch the best movies possible because I want people to know about the good movies.
Right.
Yes, I want to warn people about the bad movies, but
that can happen organically.
Yeah.
You know,
but for now, we got the good movie and the bad movie.
Yeah,
so
and I've still got some unscarred flesh on my inner thighs that I can cut with broken glass if I need to. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas for anything, toss it our way, and if we like it, we'll use it, and if we don't, we'll call you an idiot.
And so, which movie did you flagellate yourself to this week?
Flagellate. It's a 2016, billed as a horror comedy, but more of a comedy with horror elements, directed by Oliver Irving, streaming now on Netflix. It's called Ghost Team.
I would never watch this.
A paranormal-obsessed man mounts his own investigation into the beyond with his depressed best friend, misfit nephew, a cable access medium, and an overeager security guard. So this is one of those movies that actually could have been good, but missed the mark damn near every step of the way. I was interested to see it because it starred Jon Heder from Napoleon Dynamite and Justin Long, who has been in some good movies, with cameos from Jason Hawes and Steve Gonzalez from Ghost Hunters. I figured that with the comedy chops of the leads and the cameos from the people who actually helped define the genre of ghost hunting, the movie would at least be a fitting comedic tribute. So the setup is that Jon Heder plays a dude who's obsessed with a TV show called Ghost Getters, and he finds out that there's a contest to be the newest member of the Ghost Getters team. He recruits some of his friends and puts together an inept paranormal investigation team to go look into this old barn on the outskirts of town that's purported to be haunted. They quickly find out that the only thing hunting the barn are a bunch of tweakers who are making meth there, and then the fight for survival begins.
Oh, wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, the concept for this movie was actually
I
pretty
thought it was
good.
a ghost hunting movie, but
Yeah.
it's a meth redneck movie.
Yeah,
Count me in.
Meth hunters. Yeah, the concept for this movie was pretty good, and it could have been a setup for, like, awkward meets splatter comedy if it was done for not PG-13, I guess. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. Jon Heder is really good at awkward comedy. He earned his stripes playing Napoleon Dynamite, and there's different feelings on that movie. I like the movie. I think it's funny, but there's no doubt that he plays a good awkward character. But in this movie, he was this sort of everyman character that didn't let him use any of his setup skills.
I saw him in some other movie, too, that wasn't Napoleon Dynamite. That was terrible.
Yeah, I've seen him in a
can't remember
couple.
what it was called,
Blades
but-
of Steel. He was in.
Oh, yeah, he was in that,
Yeah.
yeah, and that wasn't that good either.
No. So they set him up. They set up the team to be inept and really have no idea what they're doing, which also could have led to some solid comedy. But once the investigation started rolling, they just forgot about that whole thing, and everyone suddenly knew what they were doing and was doing it right. It also took a long time for them to get to the investigation, but all the stuff building up to it wasn't really funny and didn't develop the characters. It was just stuff happening. Once the element of the meth heads was introduced, I was hoping the business was going to pick up, but once again, there was this total lack of timing. The meth heads were just like kind of scumbaggy looking dudes. They didn't really have like overt characters to them. And the whole thing was just scene after scene of stuff that wasn't witty or wacky enough to be funny.
Is it brutal? Is it gore? And
No.
stuff?
Nothing.
That sucks.
The only exception to my criticism of this movie was Justin Long. He carried this movie as this overeager, constantly compensating security guard who sort of stumbled his way onto the ghost team. His scenes were the highlight of the movie, with a combination of false bravado and awkwardness that got some solid laughs out of me. But without him, this movie would have been absolutely terrible instead of just not great.
So, it's watchable then, huh? If it doesn't have a brutality with that plot, that deserves some brutality.
Yeah, it should. It very well. If they went for an R rating, I mean, maybe it's because it was a Jon Heder movie and he's Mormon, but like he smokes and drinks beer in it. But
He's Mormon?
Yeah,
Napoleon Dynamite?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. The people who made the
You'll
movie
learn
are
something
Mormon,
new every day.
are Mormon. Also, most of the cast was Mormon.
I'm going to put that in my science file
That's right.
under Napoleon Dynamite Mormon religion.
It's a very specific folder. So yeah, in the end, Ghost Team is a movie. Not a particularly horrible one, but also not a good one. It had a lot of potential, but felt like that potential was wasted by a writer and director that understood neither comedy nor horror. The actors did their best with what they were given, but in the end, that really wasn't much at all. So I'm going to give this 5 out of 10 of my own personal, very, very sad and pathetic inner thigh cuts.
Dom's pathetic inner thigh cuts?
Yeah.
I was going to go with reptilian transformations. I think that's so much better.
Yeah, that is.
Self-flagellating reptilians.
There we go.
That's where we're at.
All right.
All right. My bad movie this week. It's a 2017 home invasion movie directed by Kevin Greutert and starring Deborah Kara Unger from Silent Hill.
Really?
You know who that is?
Yeah.
And Stephen Dorff from Blade.
That's a good cast.
It's called Jackals. Set in the 1980s, an estranged family hires a cult deprogrammer to take back their teenage son from a murderous cult, but find themselves under siege when the cultists surround their cabin, demanding the boy back. Cold opens up with a POV of someone walking around with a flashlight in a house. They kill a sleeping family one by one with scissors. When he gets to the daughter's bedroom, she recognizes him and is happy to see him until she sees the blood on his hands. He then puts on the mask and strangles her to death. Then after the credits, we get based on true events
Dun, dun, dun.
across the screen. Which I don't know
Just
what
like
events...
Return of the Living Dead 3 was based on true events.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. We meet a family who's out in the middle of nowhere in a cabin. They're obviously waiting for someone to arrive. Two men in a car blow a tire. When they pull over, guys in ski masks jump out of the van, abduct the driver, knock out the other guy, and take him to a cabin where his own family is waiting. So they kidnap the guy from the cult.
Right.
Beat him up. So it's kind of like, that's a real thing. The cult
yeah.
deprogrammers, and you were talking about that movie Fault.
I actually looked into doing it when I first started, getting into psychology.
That's
awesome. And then I realized that there's not really a huge market for it.
Yeah, and also
right
you
now.
could be killed, by the cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put your fucking life on your back, Dom.
Yeah.
You carry it around on your back.
Yeah. Of course, I could be killed by old people in my current job, so.
That's true, but they're most likely to die. Not you. So, they take him to the cabin where the family's waiting. They've hired the cult deprogrammer named Jimmy, played by Steven Dorff. Turns out, young man Justin fell in with the cult, and his family, his separated mom and dad, his asshole brother, and his smoking hot girlfriend with his baby want him back. Tied up, he starts talking all kinds of shit to them, including that they're all pigs, and he's going to bathe in their blood. Here, piggy, piggy.
Okay.
So that sounds pretty cool, right?
It's a good start.
Steven Dorff is pretty good as a cult deprogrammer. He explains the process to the family, tells them they have to do what he says. No questions are to be asked. He's very, very swift and doesn't really sugarcoat anything to the family. He's like, do this now, or this isn't going to work, and he cusses at him and shit. So, and he's a former Marine. They just want to bring Justin back to normal. Justin continues to warn them that they're all going to die, and then the cult arrives to the cabin, right on cue. They're kind of like the Strangers meets the Void. They have masks that are animal masks, but they have this cult kind of garb. They immediately kill Steven Dorff, the cult deprogrammer.
Oh, man.
And the family's under siege the whole time with no backup at all.
So Steven Dorff's in the movie for 15 minutes?
No, he's in there for probably half an hour, but it builds its plot before it gets to the invasion angle, but it's not a spoiler to say that he dies, because it is it's right when it's right when they come, so cults and the family's left on their own with 20 raving psychos outside. Phone lines are cut, cars disabled, leaving the family to fight for their survival. The best part about this movie, well, one of the best parts is they do so by making makeshift weapons, like a butcher knife duct taped to a pickaxe. And things like that, almost like Dead Rising 3, video game style.
So it's like The Strangers meets The Void meets Home Alone.
Yeah, pretty much. But they don't set booby traps per se.
Uh-huh.
It's just weird combinations of things that are taped together or held a string or something, almost like From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay.
Where it's this is what we're doing. All of a sudden, and there's a little montage. No, there's a tiny little montage of them getting ready. I would have liked more of that. But then again, it's why would the people wait and not try to come inside and stuff like that? So it's very unrealistic. So the only reason you know this is the 80s is the TV isn't flat screen and no one has a cell phone. The movie has some problems. The asshole brother is a horrible actor. There are some suspend your disbelief movements with pretty far-fetched plot devices, but they're pretty forgivable for the most part. Doesn't try to reinvent the wheel, just delivers a decent home invasion movie with some pretty good acting for the most part. Effects are practical but simple. There's not a lot of gore, more just blood, which I kind of hate that when it's just someone's bloody and there's no wound, know. Cult costumes are pretty cool, but again, nothing new. Just a combination of other pieces that they've taken from other movies. The whole movie is pretty dark for the lighting, which always gets to me, when it's outside and it's always dark.
Yeah,
you can't tell what's going on. A lot of either car headlights or candle lights as the sole source of illumination, being filmed on candlelight or just car headlight, where it's not lit properly.
They didn't have a lighting budget.
Well, they might have had a lighting budget. They kind of go for grittiness, But it's not violent.
Doesn't a black backlight on that.
Don't get me wrong; it is violent. There is some pretty brutal, swift violence and stuff like that, but it's not violent enough to get that gritty sense, what they were going for. If they would have turned up the violence level by 2 or 3, it would have been way better. So. Could have benefited from a good score. The score did not create a tense enough atmosphere, although the ending was very unsatisfying. So with this, we talked about a couple bad movies like Temple that we reviewed, but the score was really good. This is like, if the score and the gore was turned up a little bit, this would have been one of my good movies of the week.
Right.
IMDb gives it a 4.8. I would say it's middle of the road home invasion movie. Nothing great. Better than a lot of the main studio shit we have been getting lately, though. So I will give it 5.1 self-flagellating reptilian transformations.
Okay. Did you ever see the movie Straw Dogs? The remake of it, not the original one?
I never saw the remake. I saw the original, Dustin Hoffman. I can't stand that fucker. I don't know how he's so famous and so well respected as an actor, because even, like, I know Rain Man, but that's like he's like a one-trick pony. I never give a fuck about him. I always hate him, and he's usually the sympathetic lead.
Yeah, and he's such a douchebag.
Especially in Straw Dogs. He's an asshole.
I really liked the remake. I thought it actually kind of upped the ante. Like, the original
It's got some pretty famous actors in it.
Yeah. It's got Alexander Skarsgård and a couple other people. But yeah, it was good. Really good death at the end of the movie. The final death scene is awesome.
Maybe I'll check that out.
Bad movie time. Good movie time.
Good movie
time.
It's time for the good movie.
That's right. My good movie is a 1994 documentary from the A&E Investigative Report series. You can stream it now on YouTube. It's called Bad Trip to Edgewood. I'm going to go out on the limb with this because it's not traditional horror, but it's fucking horrifying.
If it's true crime documentaries, I'd say that totally gets a pass.
Yeah.
With we set out for the show to be we want to make you laugh and be men of science and things like that, but we also want to go with anything that's brutal or disturbing.
Fucked up,
any kind of fucked up movie, even if it's not traditionally horror, it's deserved to be talked about.
And this is fucked up, and it's true crime, and the criminals in this sense is the United States government. It's a documentary examining how for 2 decades, from 1955 to 1975, the U.S. Army conducted drug and chemical tests on more than 3,000 servicemen and 900 civilians at the Edgewood Arsenal, and then on countless unsuspecting victims in public experiments in major metropolitan areas. It's fucked up shit.
It is.
So this is not a horror movie in the literal sense, but real-life horror behind these experiments was more unsettling than any fictional film you can see. This is some fucked up shit. From the
like Cropsy level, huh?
Yeah, for real. From the mid-50s to the mid-70s, the U.S. Army tested different chemicals, gases, hallucinogenic drugs, and other items on thousands of quote-unquote volunteers who were never allowed to be given full consent and were not full informed consent and were not properly debriefed after the tests. When you're doing a scientific experiment, the rules of ethics say that you don't have to tell the person every single thing that you're doing, but if they're going to get a chemical that's going to make them hallucinate, you have to tell them you might be given a chemical that's going to make you hallucinate. It's called informed consent. And also afterwards you need to debrief them so that they know what they were given, which I'll get into a little bit later. They didn't do either of these. Later, after these tests were performed, the CIA got involved and the government started releasing various chemicals, toxins, and hallucinogens into populated metropolitan areas and coming back later to see the effects. These latter tests were done without anyone consenting and resulted in several actual fatalities. And this is not just conjecture or conspiracy theory. This documentary was made using actual documents released under court order and was comprised of actual footage of these experiments being conducted. Because as they were conducting these experiments, they were filming everything.
Yeah.
They had made this super bacteria based on botulism, and they put it in light bulbs, and they took those light bulbs down into the New York subway system and cracked them on the ground under trains just to see who got sick and how far the bacteria would travel in people. And there's videos of them actually doing this shit.
That's weird. Do they have like hazmat on when they're cracking?
No, they're dudes. They look like fucking like spooks from like a 1950s fucking FBI movie.
Extremely racist.
They've got like the fedoras and the fucking trench coats on, and they've got gloves and briefcases. They're like the Mibs. They fucking they're just throwing light bulbs in there.
Are they Galaxy Defenders?
They won't let you remember. It actually was Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, but it was a white Will Smith. It was a white Will Smith because it was the 1950s and there were no black people in America in the 1950s. So, while there were some funny and silly parts to this documentary, like some soldiers on LSD having the time of their lives, and a soldier on PCP very slowly completing an obstacle course even though he thought he was chugging like a dynamo, This documentary quickly shifted the focus onto the real-life horror of the people who were duped into volunteering for these trials, never fully informed of what they were given, and the long-lasting effects of them being sent back to their normal lives, having never been told exactly what they took, or counseled after extremely psychologically rigorous tests. Needless to say, many of these experiments ended in madness, suicide, and death by disease that couldn't properly be treated because the civilian doctors had no idea what they were dealing with. The documentary interviews the family and the test subjects, the family of the test subjects who died, as well as those who survived and ended up physically and mentally scarred from it. They got the footage of some of these soldiers having fucking horrible trips on LSD, not knowing what they were given or any scope of what was going on, and then they showed it to them, 30 years later, so they could see themselves. And watching these dudes who are like hardened dudes who have been to like Korea and Vietnam and shit, like break down as they're having memories of what they were going through at that time, was really fucking unsettling.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. It's like Holocaust survivor recounts. Like, if you ever watch that shit, it's very, very disturbing. What people went through, and you can tell.
Yeah, and they actually have a visual record that they can watch of themselves being experimented on. Like this one guy, they gave him fucking 600 doses of LSD, like 600 times the normal dose that someone would take.
Like a typical Wednesday afternoon for Biff.
Tripping on acid. That's why his eyes are all fucked up. They're just wandering from the LSD. And then they sat him down and they had him try to do math problems. And when he couldn't do the math problems, they would badger him and fucking yell at him until he completely broke down.
Because he couldn't get it right.
He couldn't get it right. And he was a military guy and had a fucking drill sergeanting him while he was trying to do these math problems.
Yeah.
On 600 times the normal dose.
Was it Arlie Ermy?
It should have been. I think all drill instructors are secretly Arlie Ermy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It would have been one thing.
Put your hand on that wall!
Are you tripping balls, boy? Are you feeling silky?
An enemy cannot press a button if you disable his hand.
So it would have been one thing if the volunteers of these tests were allowed to give informed consent and were treated properly after the test. But the unethical nature of these tests was just mind-blowing. And as far as the public tests go, that shit is just disgusting. This documentary was a very, very deep and harrowing look into how little our government actually cares about its citizens and how we are all just thought of as a commodity in an attempt to achieving their goals. This is the real-life stuff that movies like Jacob's Ladder were based on. And the reality is even scarier than the fiction. So the documentary is a little dry, it's not flashy, it's very to the point. They got it done in an hour, but the emotion of the people interviewed was real, and the scariness of how insignificant people are to our very own government still makes it a really powerful piece to watch. Definitely worth an hour of your time, and I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 self-flagellating reptilians. Transformations. Is that so you like whip yourself until you turn into a reptile?
No, you whip the reptile out of you. When you feel yourself starting to slip, like your transponder's not working properly, you have to atone for your sin to turn back into a human.
I'm gonna whip the lizard out of you, boy.
It's like Suburban Commando.
Right.
When he turns into the reptile. What a nice place to live, but I wouldn't want to visit.
It's a great song.
It's not. Hulk Hogan's rap song.
Yeah.
Suburban Commando. Yeah, I fucking went there. Alright, my good movie this week. Something that I talked about in horror news a while back that I was looking forward to. So 2016 holiday home invasion horror movie directed by Chris Peckover, starring Olivia DeJonge and Levi Miller, with appearances by Patrick Warburton from Seinfeld and Virginia Madsen from Candyman.
Oh.
It's called Better Watch Out. Remember talking about this a while back? On a quiet suburban street, a babysitter must defend a 12-year-old boy from intruders, only to discover it's far from a normal home invasion. It's basically like Home Alone, to where there's a giant Christmas tree. The way it's with lighting and stuff like that, it's almost like a holiday movie. The way the presentation is.
Right.
So Luke has a huge crush on his babysitter, Ashley. He is 13, she is 18, and she's going to be moving away, so it's his last opportunity, and he has to woo her before she moves.
13 with a babysitter?
Yeah, no, that's the funny part. So his sweater vest, his champagne, and a horror movie in tow, he sets out on his plan. While his plan is in motion and failing terribly, strange things start to happen around the house. Telephone calls with no one there, knocking sounds. Eventually, Luke's friend shows up, and he was messing with them. But then he is shot dead and the home invasion begins. A masked creature stalks him, not creature, a masked figure, stalks him throughout the house until she realizes, okay, that's where I'm going to pause. Because this is twist endings. I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity if you just want to go with, if you like my taste in movies and you listen to the show, and you just want to watch this and be surprised, then go and watch it and fast forward. Give me about 6 minutes. So fast forward about 6 minutes, right into the top 5, and don't listen to the rest because the twist happens at the end of the first act. So it's not a huge spoiler. Most of the movie happens after that, but what she realizes is the intruder is his friend that supposedly was shot dead.
Okay.
And it goes from home invasion to fucked up little kids doing whatever they can to the babysitter.
Huh.
So that's pretty cool, you know. It takes a huge 180.
So he fakes his own death to fuck with them even more?
No, he didn't fake his own death. His friend comes, and his friend leaves, and the kid and the babysitter see his friend get shot. And go back in, and all the phones are dead and stuff like that. But then she notices the figure stalking him. She notices that it's his same shoes as the kid, or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe it's not the shoes, but something like that. And he goes, "Oh," she says his name, and he's like, "Oh." And he takes the mask off, and he's like, "What did you do that for?" And she realizes that he set the whole thing up to try to impress her.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he sets the whole thing up to try to impress her, and she says that he's in deep trouble, blah, blah, blah. So he knocks her out and ties her up.
Okay.
And that's where it starts to get fucked up. So the two boys start drinking and taking Oxycontin and begin to play truth or dare with her. Things get inappropriate, but it's still played for comedy at this point. This movie, I would have rated it higher if it went more brutal.
Okay.
It does get really inappropriate, like the behavior and the touching and like.
So it goes from a guy trying to get statutory raped to a guy getting rapey himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And little
That's
kids,
dedication.
Little kids being the bad guy, you know. It's way different from what I expected. I was expecting maybe a cheesy home invasion movie, but this is something else. The acting is really good, and so is the writing. I'm not going to say much more about it because I want you guys to watch this movie. Give it a chance. It does have some missteps in that it should have went more hardcore than it did.
Mm-hmm.
That would have made it a better movie. But it kept me entertained the whole time. It really came out of left field and surprised me because I was looking forward to it based on our horror news. But it definitely was better than I thought it would be. So that was about 2 minutes.
I thought you were going to say it was going to be like a home invasion movie where it was actually just Santa Claus trying to get into the house and leave presents the whole time.
That would be pretty cool.
And they're fucking up Santa.
We still have like 3 minutes because I told them to fast forward.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to sing a song for you.
Okay.
Stay hungry! That's the hit, 1984.
That's right.
Twisted Biffster. Okay, well, if someone fast forwarded, you can rewind.
Yeah.
Are you rewinding right now? Stay hungry!
If they rewind it and listen to it backwards, they could hear all the satanic messages we've slipped into the show.
It's just Biff. Come save me. IMDb gives us a 6.6. I'd say it's better than that. I give it 8.0, self-flagellating reptilian transformations.
Now, what's it called again?
It's called Better Watch Out, like the holidays,
Yeah.
Better Watch Out. And it is all Christmas themed and everything like that, too. And even the way the credits are and stuff, it presents itself like a holiday movie at first, and then like a home invasion, and it gets serious, and then it gets comedy, and then it gets tries to get more serious, and then it's just, it doesn't know what it wants to be. That's the problem. I give it 8, and that's a very... I would honestly think, like, just from thinking of my movies, Jackals, I probably should have maybe rated, like, 1 more than I did. Mm-hmm. After thinking... sometimes we watch a movie... Maybe I would rate this one a little lower than an 8, after thinking back on it.
Right.
Because it does have some problems, but it entertained me. It's worth a one-time watch at least. So.
Cool.
So check out Better Watch Out. And we will be back with our top 5 twist endings after this. Thank you guys for all your support, sharing our shit, liking our page,
Listening,
weekly,
not suing us for anything.
semi-weekly,
Getting semi-hard.
for 30 seconds once.
Yeah.
No matter how long you listen, we still support you. Unless it is just one episode, then fuck you.
Yeah.
You better run for the fucking hills.
Run through the jungle.
That's not what this is about. No. What this is about is we have now started the official Facebook group of the Post-Mortem Show.
Go on Facebook, look up Post-Mortem Show Horror Movie Podcast for a chance to share your favorite horror memes with us and occasionally be shit-talked by me.
That's probably accurate.
Yeah, I've already done it once.
Yeah, guys, join the group. We have thousands of listeners to the show. Right now, the group only has about 300 members.
Yeah.
So please add yourself. Please share it. Share it with the world.
Yeah. Just don't say stupid
Let
ass
us
racist
into your
shit.
lives. Let us into your lives.
Yeah. Open
You want to
yourself
talk to
wide.
me?
Open
You wanna
yourself
talk
to
Dom?
us.
You want to talk to Biff?
We will
soon to be one-eared Biff.
We will put Biff on the computer if that's what you want.
We're gonna have an official event in the group. It's gonna be Facebook Live Q&A with Biff, and I'm just gonna put Biff on Facebook Live, sitting there, and he'll answer all your questions.
Maybe we could do it as like a video chat thing.
Yeah, so that's official Facebook group, Post-Mortem Show Horror Movie Podcast. Please join. Please share it with your friends. And we're back with the top 5 horror movie twists.
You know what would be a real big twist?
Cinnamon twist?
You know what would be a huge twist?
What?
If we weren't actually back. M. Night Shyamalan!
It's just Biff. He just takes off my face and you're like, ah!
What you done? M. Night Shyamalan was Biff all along.
So, listener Brent Watts, it's been quite a while, Brent. Sorry for taking so long to get around to this list, but we weren't really sure, what we're going to do about it at first. Because you went with movie twists, but most likely it's twist endings,
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil a lot of movies, but that's why it kind of took a while to get to it. Because I was like, man, I want to tell some people about movies they haven't seen. But then I realized, the best twists are movies that everyone's seen, kind of.
Right.
So, we're going to do it. We'll say, when we go, number whatever, we'll say the title, give you some time to fast forward if you don't want to hear it, if you haven't seen the movie. But I guarantee you've seen probably all the ones on my list. And if you haven't, you got to see it. So.
I really have no conscience about spoilers either. So
really? I do.
I'm kind of a sociopath.
Because I hate that.
Yeah.
When people post spoilers of shit, somebody spoiled some part of Breaking Bad for me when that was still on TV and shit. And I was super into Breaking Bad, And somebody just posted it just because they were on the East Coast and I was on the West Coast.
Right.
Just to be a dick.
Yeah.
And I just saw it. And I wanted to kill that person.
Huh. Yeah, I don't get mad with spoilers either. Every time someone's like, spoiler alert, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but
that's...
but if it's about something you care about,
then
that's fucked up.
I don't care about anything. I'm a nihilist.
Spoiler alert, Biff.
Spoiler alert, aliens.
Reptilians. All right, so I'll start us off this week. So, my number 5 is a movie that I think everyone listening to the show has seen. Everyone knows what it is, but Friday the 13th.
Yeah?
Mrs. Voorhees.
Pamela.
She is the killer.
She is.
In the first
with
Friday
her
the
incredibly
13th,
wide mouth.
Which, if you've seen Scream, you know. Because that's the trivia question.
Yeah.
So, really good. And then Jason coming out of the water at the end, too. Friday the 13th, the first one, although the gore and stuff is a little dated, it's pretty awesome.
I mean, it's one of the originals.
It's a good fucking slasher movie.
It's a solid movie, and it spawned a lot of weird shit.
It did. A lot of brain eating.
Yeah.
Brain eating possession.
Ultimately, he went to space and made a slushy out of someone's face, which is one of the best kills in any movie ever.
Slushy space face.
That's right. So now it's 7-Eleven. All right. My number 5 is a number. My number 5 is 7.
On my honorable mentions, 7 is a great fucking movie.
It's one of the first...
What's in the box?
What's in the box? It's one of the first twist-ending movies that I really remember seeing. I know I've seen others before, but I saw 7 before I saw the first Friday the 13th. And I just never ran across the movie. It's a solid ending.
You know what's really weird? I always associate 7 with The Usual Suspects.
Because of Kevin Spacey.
Those are because it's Kevin Spacey. It's also around the same time.
Yeah.
And he was probably very inappropriate on the set of those movies.
He
molested the severed head in the box.
Yeah, that was a really, really good time for solid movies with twist endings starring pedophiles.
Yeah, or aliens.
Yeah.
He was an alien, too.
He was in K-Pax, and that was
Kevin
a fucking
Spacey,
terrible movie.
Confirmed reptilian.
Probably
so.
Yeah.
His dick flickers into a reptile boner when he's molesting you.
Him and Victor Salva are just fucking little boy fucking lizards.
Fuck those motherfuckers. Goddamn blue bellies.
That's right.
Get him off my lawn. So, number 4 for me. My number 4. Sleepaway Camp.
It's my number 2.
It's number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait and talk about that.
All right. My number 4, quite possibly one of the most fucked up twists in any movie, The Mist.
You know that wasn't the original ending.
Yeah.
Frank Darabont wrote that.
Yeah, and Stephen King liked it.
And he liked it more than he said that should. It's not the original ending, but it should have been.
Yeah. And it's a movie that fucking hits you on a gut level.
Yeah. And then afterwards, when it's said and done,
yeah.
Oh, it didn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
And then you see the one woman who left at the very beginning, Carol.
Yeah.
From The Walking Dead.
Yep.
On a bus.
Yeah, they really fucking punch you in the balls with that one.
Yeah. The sounds he's making, too.
Yeah.
Poor Thomas Jane.
Great actor.
Really good actor.
He's a chameleon.
He is.
Which is also a lizard.
Did you watch that movie I reviewed, 1922?
Not yet.
He's unrecognizable now. He's still good. Movie's not that great, though. As I already talked about a couple episodes ago, though. All right, number 3 for me?
Yeah.
My number 3 is a movie that takes place, and it's all about the God's Hands killer, Frailty.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton. And
very underrated movie.
Yeah, very fucking great, underrated movie. Ending twist, really, really good. The closing shot.
Yeah.
The closing pan away shot, you know?
Yeah.
God knows or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's so well done, and it keeps you guessing. Like, you don't even know, even now, after watching it, I've seen it a shitload of times. I love, like, religious-based horror movies, especially non-supernatural religious horror.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just about crazy fuckers.
Crazy religious people, yeah. Like cults and stuff like that. And, the God's Hands Killer, the whole thing, Matthew McConaughey destroys that movie. He's so fucking good.
That was the movie that really made me a believer in him.
In Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah.
Mine was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation.
I think I saw Frailty before I saw that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I put it off for so long because everyone said it was so horrible.
Yeah.
Which is what happens when you listen to people.
I know, there's some sweet side boob in that movie.
There is.
Side nipple, even.
All right. Now, my number 3, it's a movie that we've talked about on the show quite a bit recently. Low.
Yeah.
Great twist ending.
Great twist ending, yeah, definitely. And
pulls your heartstrings.
Pulls your heartstrings, and it's a movie that needs to be seen.
Yeah.
It's more like it's filmed kind of like a play.
Yeah, very
it's
much
like a single set where they rush off and change settings and stuff
Which
like that.
I really like.
I really like it, too. And just Low, the demon, looks amazing.
Yeah.
Great practical effects.
And the little musical number.
Yeah. Demon Girl.
Yeah.
Featured in one of our like first 10 or 20 episodes, closing songs. Yeah. And Low's a movie that definitely needs to be seen. It used to be streaming on Netflix. I don't think it is anymore, but track it down. I think it might be on Amazon.
It's also called Up with Dead People in some markets.
Oh, really?
So if you can't find Low, spelled L-O, look for Up with Dead People.
All right. So my number 2, my number 1. I think maybe you might have one or both on your list.
Okay.
I would imagine that most people do, but my number 2 is Old Boy.
Yeah, good twist.
Old Boy is an amazing twist.
Fucked up twist.
Yeah, fucked up twist. It makes you it's a fucking emotional movie.
As fucked up as the twist at the end of The Mist, but in a completely different way.
Oh, much more fucked up, I would say. I would go to say much more fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Boy. And you know what? I fucking hate Americanizing foreign movie in remakes and stuff. But the Spike Lee remake was not that bad.
Still haven't seen it.
I'll say it's not that bad. It's not Old Boy, though.
Right.
You know, it's not Old Boy. It's the American Old Boy. It is bullshit, but it's not like Martyrs. It's not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where it's just
fucking horrible remake, you know?
Yeah.
So. All right. Number 2 for you.
My number 2 is, as we said, She's got a sausage.
If you don't know, Angela in Sleepaway Camp has a dong. Where you been all year?
Yeah, Sleepaway Camp. And then in the sequel, she didn't have a dong anymore.
Really?
She was Bruce Springsteen's sister.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She got a sex change for the second movie, and then was just a girl for the rest of the series.
I don't remember that at all. I've seen them all, but besides the really, really most recent one, like late 2000s.
Right. Well, and actually the most recent one was made by the guy who made the original Sleepaway Camp as a direct sequel to it, completely ignoring the other sequels.
You know what? Sleepaway Camp, okay, Angela's great. And there's some great characters. The fucking chef.
Yeah.
Dirty chef.
Dirty chef.
Ugh. Grass. What do you say about grass? They have grass on when they're running on the hill or something.
Yeah,
they're hairless or whatever.
Yeah,
some fucking horrible thing to say.
Yeah,
you know. But I think that would be one movie that could a remake of that, an ultra brutal remake of it, no comedy or anything like that.
Yeah, because the kills in that movie are really kind of redundant.
Yeah, it's an entertaining movie, but. It could have been a little bit better, but Angela it's an iconic character.
It's a shame that they can't go back in time and get the girl from Excision and she'd have been a great Angela.
So good,
as a teenager. Maybe she's got a younger sister or something.
Maybe she should just act like she's little.
Yeah, I mean,
like Dewey Cox.
You know, she's kind of a comedian.
But I'm just 13 years old.
13. That's a great movie.
It is. Wrong kid died. I say that to David all the time. He has no idea what I'm talking about. All right.
What's your number one?
My number one. We have created a new genre. A Serbian film.
Yeah.
Horrible twist in it.
Fucked up twist.
Very fucked up.
Yeah.
I would say probably the best twist there is. It's fucking... Man.
Yeah,
it is disturbing.
It is,
and I love a Serbian film.
Yeah.
People say like, "Oh, it's just they just try to push the envelope or whatever."
No, it's trying. It's got a message. It's trying to say something.
It does, yeah, and it's really well acted. Cinematography, effects, everything is on point, and there's nothing that lacks in that movie.
Yeah, it is what it's the fucking
besides mercy, maybe
right? No mercy. It's kind of the embodiment. Movies like that and like Lucifer Valentine's films are the embodiment of art house horror, where they use the extremity of it, and they use the horror aspect of it to convey their message. You know, it's turning all this horrific shit into some sort of like greater idea. You know, and to just rule it out completely because it's makes you uncomfortable. You know, that's the point. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable because it's an uncomfortable subject matter.
Yep, it's called horror.
Yeah.
Horror.
Yeah.
I love horror comedy, don't get me wrong, if it's well done.
Yeah.
But it's got I prefer almost, even though horror comedy might be my favorite genre, and most movies I watch that I like might fall into that genre, doesn't mean that that's what I prefer. Right. I do prefer, a Martyrs or a Serbian film or something like that.
It's just, when it's good, it's good.
Yeah,
but
brutal.
Yeah,
swift and brutal.
Yeah.
All right, Dom, you're number one.
My number one, possibly my favorite twist at the end of any movie, is The Others.
Okay, The Others. Yeah. Wow. I didn't think about that at all.
Yeah, that is...
Especially for your number one, really.
I really, really like that twist. I was doing a shitload of or DXM when I watched that movie, and had this whole thing about how DXM makes you a ghost, and at least temporarily, and watching that twist ending of The Others at the time, and even going back and watching it after that, it's still just such a fucking good novel ending.
I need to rewatch that. It is streaming now on Netflix. If you guys haven't seen it, I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it since it came out.
Don't take the fact that it's a Nicole Kidman movie into account.
You know what? It's a better movie than that. The Others. There's another movie called The Others about these kids at high school, and they have a band.
Yeah.
And they want to move to Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, really? Is there a twist ending there too?
No.
The twist ending is that they're all ghosts.
They're not ghosts. I don't know why I said that. I mean, most people would think that sucks, but I love that movie. Yeah. All right.
I have a zero. Going into our honorable mentions.
Okay.
Probably the ultimate twist ending, the twist ending that really pushed twist endings in horror.
Are you going M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong?
I am not. It's Psycho.
Psycho, yeah.
Psycho is the ultimate twist ending.
That's true. It's on my honorable mentions. Psycho, like I said. I had an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong on there with Sixth Sense.
Okay.
Good movie.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It is a product of the Shiny Monkey, but it is definitely a good movie. So, and he never came back to that fucking level, you know?
Well, I think
Split's good.
He got close with Split and Unbreakable, but
it's not even near though. I think, you know, and the novelty had worn off of the no music, you know, just that ultra close on the face camera. You notice how his movies always have that?
Yeah.
To where it's zoomed in on the characters' faces with no music and stuff. It's supposed to be just tense, you know? But it worked in that movie, not so much with the lesser actors that he'd done, you know? Okay. And then I have Inside.
Yeah.
Great. I didn't want to talk about it, or it would have been on my top 5. I'm just going to say Inside.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about what it is.
Watch it.
Because, I think that's one that's a lesser watch out of my list, you know? High Tension.
Yeah.
Good twist there, too. Another one that you guys need to check out if you haven't seen it. I'm sure you have, though. So, you got some honorable mentions?
I do. That you have not mentioned. April Fool's Day.
Yeah?
Great twist ending.
It's a pretty good one.
Cabinet of Dr. Caligari had a good twist ending. The old silent film. Fallen has a very good twist ending.
Yeah. Saw it the first time when it was called Shocker. Shocker!
And a movie that you don't really think is a twist ending until the sequel comes out and you realize how big of a twist it was. The Ring had a very good twist ending.
I don't even remember what the twist ending was.
So if you haven't seen The Ring yet, then
everyone's seen The Ring.
Yeah,
videotape.
So
little girl comes out of the well. She kills people. She was in the well.
Right. So the whole time she's trying to. She has Naomi Watts' character convinced that she's just trying to get free. You know, that like she wants to get free from her bonds of her fetish to the earth and go off to heaven or hell or whatever afterlife she's supposed to go to. But that's not it. Naomi Watts goes through all of this trouble to free Samara from the well, thinking she's doing a good deed, and then it just fucking frees her up to go kill willy-nilly anywhere she wants to.
I did not.
Yeah, and you don't really see how hard of a twist that was until the second movie comes out.
I don't remember. You see, I know The Ring 1 and 2 are good. Rings is horrible.
Yeah.
I watched that and I started taking notes to review it for recently, you know? And it was so bad that I just turned it off, and I don't rate any movies that I don't watch to the end.
Right.
So that's a 0.
Yeah. I got about 15 minutes into Rings and couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's horrible. So, yeah, I should rewatch those. They're good.
Yeah. And those are my honorable mentions. Did our suggester give us a list?
Yes, he did. And so this list was suggested by our listener, Brent. We really appreciate it there, Brent Watts, for suggesting the top 5 choice endings. I don't know why I said your name like that.
There's a lot of R's in that sentence.
Seemed very...
I really appreciate it, Brent.
Brent Watts, I'm sorry. I didn't mean no disrespect. I don't know why I said your name that way, but...
I really respect you.
And Brent, I gotta respect you because the name Brent sounds like someone's stepdad. And I don't want to get the belt again. Thank you so much, Brent, for sending in your list. He has a lot of honorable mentions, and his number 5 is The Village.
Okay.
It's okay.
I hate The Village.
I hate it because of the twist.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not... There wasn't enough there for me.
I hate it when they build it up to something supernatural and then it's not.
I kind of like when people think it's supernatural, but it's just fucked up people.
I just want a fucking monster, you know? Give me a fucking monster, especially if it's Lovecraftian.
Number 4, sticking with the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, The Sixth Sense. That one I'll pass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give that one.
That one gets a pass. Yeah. Number 3, Saw. That's a good twist.
Saw
1 is good.
He was there the whole time.
Yeah, Saw 1 is good.
It was.
It really fucking shit the bed with all the sequels and
Saw
stuff.
Saw 2 had its moments.
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't need all that we got in this new Jigsaw movie. I'm not even going to see it.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's going to suck.
Yeah.
You know, or people have seen it and they say it sucks, but I knew it was going to suck from the get-go. You know, fuck that. Don't need no more new Saws. His number 2, Old Boy, similar to me.
Yeah.
His number 1, a Serbian film.
Nice.
Similar to me. So, Brent, I would kiss you on the mouth right now if I could, but instead I'm just going to kiss this microphone. Like Bill's granny.
Yeah.
No way.
Some good
Granny
time.
S. Prescott, Esquire. So thank you, Brent. You get a kiss on the mouth. You get a good old JD kiss. Now, Antoine, maybe Don will give you a kiss someday, but you got to suggest a list. Like, wait, I've suggested like 20 lists. All right, honorable mentions for Brent. Psycho.
Yep.
Friday the 13th, The Mist, Identity. That's a good one.
I never saw that movie.
You never seen it?
No.
It's worth a watch. It's not like I wouldn't put it on my top 5, but it's definitely worth seeing. Frailty, Don't Breathe, Cabin in the Woods, Sleepaway Camp, High Tension. Cabin in the Woods, that's a great idea.
That's a fucking great twist.
I can't believe we didn't even think of that.
I didn't even think of it.
I didn't read his top 5 till after,
Yeah.
because I like to have it be a surprise like ours is to each other.
I love Cabin in the Woods. That's one of my favorite movies in the last 10
Yeah,
years.
that would have been on my top 5 probably. Or at least honorable mentions. Angel Heart,
Yeah.
Carnival of Souls.
Yep.
He says, thanks for the opportunity to share my list. Hope it doesn't suck too much dick. Keep up the good work. Y'all are my go-to podcast for real horror nerds. So we appreciate...
Can you really... Is it really possible to suck too much dick?
I guess, unless you're... What was it?
Maybe if you're Trap Jaw from Masters of the Universe.
Well, if you got... Who is it? George Michael, whoever got the stomach pump,
Oh, yeah. All kinds of rumors
Patrick
on different
Swayze,
people. Patrick
everyone.
Swayze. Patrick Stewart.
No, what's the
Patrick Warburton.
No.
Patrick from
Richard
SpongeBob.
Gere.
No,
Richard Gere is the
Richard Gere had
originator.
the gerbil up his butt.
And the stomach pump. He actually had his butt
maybe the
pumped
girl,
from gerbils.
The gerbil had to have the stomach pump.
No, he had gerbils pumped out of his butt. He had the butt pump full of gerbils. All right, thank you so much, Brent. We appreciate it. This was a good list. Yeah. I had fun with this one. I thought at first, sorry for putting it off for a while, but we were like, we don't want to.
This is going to take research.
It was actually pretty easy. Yeah. So we appreciate your suggestion, and if you guys want to suggest a list, you can email us at postmortemshow@gmail.com. You can message us on our Facebook page, or you can join the official Facebook group of the Postmortem Show.
That's right.
Postmortem Show Horror Movie Podcast.
No Mick Garris.
No Mick Garris.
All right. Well, I guess that's it.
That's it.
So, as H.P. Lovecraft once said, he picked up his cat of nine tails and beat the lizard out of himself. So, speaking of H.P. Lovecraft, I gotta say, there's a fucking great H.P. Lovecraft joke in the new South Park video game.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
So the cops are it's a superhero game with the South Park kids, and the cops pull you into like becoming a vigilante and working for them so they can bust all the black people in town. And you think they're just being racist cops, but it turns out that they're trying to summon the Lovecraftian entity Shub-Niggurath, and it only eats black people. If it eats white people, it hurts it. And so they're feeding all the black people to Shub-Niggurath, and this cop the whole time is trying to be like, I'm not racist. Here's all the things that I'm doing that are, racist, but I'm not racist. And he finally goes, I'm as racist as H.P. Lovecraft was. And then, like, another cop whispers in his ear, he's like, oh, really? How racist? Pretty racist. I had a good chuckle out of that. South Park guys still got it.
Yeah, fuck you, H.P. Lovecraft. I love your works, but fuck you as a person.
That's right. If he was still alive, I would not buy his work, because I don't want my money going to racists.
Yeah, you know what the fucking bad part is that, like, he's influenced so... You can't remove him, otherwise, like, what, could I not watch Brian Yuzna movie?
Right.
What the fuck?
My take on that is that, like, if there's an artist out... Because there's a lot of fucking scumbag artists out there. Like, with Victor Salva and all that stuff that we've talked about, it's not just invalidating their work, it's giving them money so that they can continue to lead their fucking scumbag lifestyle. And if they're dead, then they're not getting your money.
So, if you really want to watch Jeepers Creepers 3,
kill Victor Salva.
Murder Victor Salva.
Yeah.
And watch it all day long on repeat.
And then I won't judge you.
Kill that motherfucker first, though.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, that was an extremely long H.P. Lovecraft ending of our show here.
If it smells like fish!
So, if it smells like fish, throw the fucker back. I wanna rock.
If the man in the moon look down on this place, this ball in space, face to face, I say, Holmes, before you start dissing, check it out, see what you've been missing. Hit your shot till you drop, can't stop. Caught thrills on a 900 line, gives you chill. Rap on with the rapper, clap on with the clapper. It's a nice place to live,
but I wouldn't want to visit.
such a nice place to live.
Nah,
It's a nice place to live,
but I wouldn't want to visit.
such a nice place to live.
Not that.
ready to party. That's what I'm saying. Get up, get your body swaying. Madonna, Lombardo, Saddam said they're gonna be there. Yo, it ain't what you are, it's what you wear.
Bogus.
No way, I said we're the best of the rest and we're here to stay.
Bye now.
Wait a minute, Shep, cause you ain't heard nothing yet. It's a nice place to live.
But I wouldn't want to visit.
Such a nice place to live.
Nah.
It's a nice place to live.
But I wouldn't want to visit.
Such a nice place to live.
Not that.
It's a nice place to live.
But I wouldn't want to visit.
Such a nice place to live.
Nah.
It's a nice place to live.
But I wouldn't want to visit.
Such a nice place to live.
Not that.
Well, I understand that, you know. It's a really nice place. You know, we can get into some pistachio nut ice cream and things and really have a party, you know. Come on down, I think you're going to really like this. So bring your friends. Come on, you can do it. It's a nice place to live. Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to visit.
Oh, come on now. It's a great place. I like it.
Nah.
Man, look, we got shopping malls and we got all kinds of places that you can go. You like Sinead O'Connor?
Not that.
It's a nice place to live.